dear teachers. This is Rashmi Furtado, Senior Editor and Co-founder TeacherTribe.world. We have recently launched the World Teachers Quiz, Know It All. And today, we have the lady herself who conceptualized the idea and the thought of Teachers Quiz. Let's welcome Mrs. Rama Ranganathan. Thank you for being with us here, ma'am. Well, she needs no introduction. She's been in the space of education for over 35 years, working with students, teachers, and parents. She's a poet herself and she loves literature. Ma'am, thank you so much for being with us here today. So let us quickly get into knowing and understanding why did you even create a concept or create this event for teachers?
Thank you, Rashmi, for giving me this opportunity to actually travel down memory lane. Well, it all began when I was just a little over 20. When I joined this profession and was a devout teacher at that age. I wonder how it happened so early. I used to train students for very interesting events, theatre, quizzes, declamations, debates, and even sports. And all the while, all along the training, I used to find myself engaging in a lot of inquiry, going into libraries, reading a lot, preparing myself as if I was in the throes of a competition, not the children. And everything that the children did reflected on what I did. And it used to be intriguing because I seemed to learn so much more than I had learned during my formal education. It dawned on me that there used to be competitions for students of schools, students in colleges, corporates, even industry employees had very interesting competitions. And there was seldom anything that was really for teachers. And I had a dream. I began to dream at that early stage to have an event which would be to regale the teacher who worked behind the scenes and went into this process of preparation and getting the children together and give them an opportunity to come, interact from diverse backgrounds, from different schools, coming in and playing very interesting literary games, theatrical games, and also participating in very healthy and lively competition, including quizzing. So for me, it was a dream to celebrate the teacher in a fun environment where the teacher felt like part of a group and did not feel any kind of a threat or being judged. It was as if I was planning a teacher's day out. I had only heard, as I said, of teachers, of students coming and participating, and teachers were always in the audience cheering and, keeping their fingers crossed. I said, I have to celebrate the teacher. As I grew ahead in my professional career, I was inspired by Lord Tennyson's verse, which said, "To seek to find to me." And that became my motive. When I became a head of school, I felt that my school must just not only prepare ideal students. It should be the environment that prepares the ideal teacher, for which I needed to energize the teacher into an eternal learner. And how could that happen unless we put diverse groups together and brought them all on one platform? When I became head of school, I felt that I had this opportunity to develop the teacher. The desire to realize this dream of hosting an event for all the teachers from everywhere and bringing together seemed to really take impetus. And, I was working on it with great fervor because I feel that I see curiosity as an innate quality of the teacher. And I see the teacher all the while as the wizard with the wand who creates stars that shine in self-affirmation. And that was the driving force that made me think of an event, a quizzing event, which I thought I would replace the U with a W in its name, which would summarize the Q would be the curious wizard with a wand in the hand, and it would be a celebration of the teacher who always needed acknowledgement but never sought it. And so I visualized this beautiful event, the quiz. In 2004 came that brilliant moment for me. It was a moment of truth. One afternoon, thick brain Giri Balasubramanian, the quiz master, was visiting me in my office. And we were chatting over a cup of tea. I just asked him a very straightforward and simple question. I said, Giri, why is it that there is no quiz that you're organizing for teachers? Physically, I was quizzing the quiz master, and I'm sure Giri had never been asked this question. But there, the seed was sown. It took firm ground. Giri and I worked together to make quiz, the inter-school teachers quiz, a reality. It was initially for teachers of schools in Bangalore, and then it spread to teachers in India and became a calendar event. And to date, it is one of the most favored events in the teachers' community. And we always ask, they always come asking us, saying, when is the next teachers' quiz? So, and what is the theme for the next teachers' quiz? And just look at it. We didn't stop there. Giri and I wanted to touch teachers across the globe and acknowledge them and tell them that it's because of them that the world and the future is secure. We wanted to touch the teachers and acknowledge their commitment and their service to humanity. And 16 years passed. Today, we are at the point where the know-it-all is being acknowledged at know-it-all, which is going to take off in early September. And that's the journey of the quiz and why it all happened. That's how I would say.
Well, ma'am, the way you explained how it all happened, it sort of, I sort of felt a principal or a school head not only takes care of her students or his students in the school, but also takes responsibility and takes care of the teachers of the school. That also is extremely important for a head of an institution, is what I feel, because the emotion with which you said I had to do something for my teachers, that really proved that. Let's move on to the next question, ma'am. Why should schools encourage their teachers to take part in such contests, not just quizzes? There can be many other contests. Why is it important for schools to do that?
Well, actually, Rashmi, this is a question into which I'd like to go in depth. An ideal school does not really only think of developing its students. It should look at developing teachers. The teachers should feel a sense of affiliation to the institution as if it is their alma mater, which is giving them an opportunity to keep the yearning teacher alive in them. As I mentioned earlier, the teacher is the wizard. The teacher, the educator, is the wizard who creates other professions and professionals. And so it is the responsibility of the school to keep that creator of professions abreast with new trends and keep the desire to create new learners who would also become lifelong learners in time to come. That is the role of a good school. Such events like, interesting events that are created for teachers, they actually initiate a lot of research, the spirit of inquiry. The teachers really go into avenues and diverse subjects which they have not studied as part of their curriculum and their discipline. The opportunity to reach out to such environments, come out into the open and learn from others, interact and understand individual and group dynamics. All of this happens with such events that are organized. And it is the responsibility of every head of school to encourage teachers to go and participate. Another very important element in this allowing or go and participate is that teachers feel a sense of recognition. They feel a sense of affirmation of their ability when they're asked to represent the school. Their sense of responsibility towards themselves and to the school kind of doubles up. They wish to excel for themselves and to exceed others in healthy and fair competition. The dynamics of such events actually make the teachers understand and realize the emotions that students go through when there are events. It's a real-time experience which they are then able to translate into the classroom, become more empathetic, become more understanding. The sense of pride of belonging to a school, the affiliation to the school is paramount. And that is very important for a school because the sense of belonging that a teacher has to the school has very far-reaching positive consequences. Participation in such events where teachers interact, they share a platform, they share ideas, they move into each other's domains. It really opens up a different world of opportunity. The quiz, for instance, a quiz event enables the teachers to hone a very important skill, the questioning skill, the ability to understand a question and to develop certain very, very vital learning styles. So while the teacher is learning these styles, the same gets translated. The quiz program is just not a question answer session. It is a lot about encouraging inquiry. It is a lot about motivating the teacher to reach into avenues of learning that she has never tread upon, he has never tread upon. It encourages the teacher to question herself before she questions others. It is an introspection of what do I know before I ask whether another knows. So all of this put together creates a highly motivated and knowledge-seeking individual who takes a class into becoming one vibrant and lively environment of seeking inquiry, interaction, collaborative learning, and experiential in every way, I would say. This is the responsibility of the head of school and managements. Not keeping the teacher within the confines of the institution, confines of a group of institutions, confines of a board. They have to surpass all of these barriers and, as we heard very recently, create a classroom which is a glass room for teachers and students alike. I think that would make the eternal teacher, the eternal learner in the teacher come alive. Such an exposure also builds extremely good team players and managers. Schools must not allow teachers to fade away as just teachers. They must become able and equipped for leadership roles. And these are the events that actually create that opportunity for teachers, create the opportunity for school managements to find merit and talent and channelize the teachers accordingly. I think there's so much that can be done by exposing a teacher into unknown terrain and unknown grounds and see how she copes with the situation, coming back, bringing all the learning experience into the classroom. I have two excerpts from a poem, The Deserted Village by Oliver Goldsmith. It's about the village schoolmaster. I'm just taking two short excerpts for you to see the essence of what it takes to be a teacher who is revered. I heard this from a teacher, a lifelong learner, one who remembers poetry to date at 102, my father. The village all declared how much he knew. 'Twas certain he could write and cipher too, while words of learned length and thundering sound amazed the gazing rustics ranged around. And still they gazed, head could carry all he knew. So beautifully described the ordinary village schoolmaster who knew it all. He was able to deal with the parson. He was able to deal with the collectors. He was able to deal with the villagers. He was able to channelize the student learning. This is what happens in a school when a school trains teachers along with the students. It is rightly said that given the right kind of environment, every seed will grow. A school that exposes teachers to a wider learning environment will create eternal learners, and good teachers just live on, live on, and live on.
Those are some really beautiful lines, ma'am.